Hello, Covington County. Welcome to What's Up, Covington County. Today it's What's Up, Covington County for breakfast.
That's right.
I'm up here with Mellisa King. Mellisa wears a lot of hats here in Covington County, but if you've seen her before, it might be because you've been over in Sam Buck Insurance Agency, where she's a personal agent, does insurance work and a different kind of coverages and that kind of stuff for the people at Sam Buck Insurance. They're located right across the square from us over here by the courthouse. The good folks. Beautiful building y'all ran over there.
Thank you.
I think it's been restored beautifully on the inside. Or you may have seen her at a pilot club activity. Mellisa is active in the Andalusia Pilot Club, but she's a little bit more than that. We're really, really fortunate to have her here. Mellisa is the governor. Is that the state governor? Is that your title?
Yes, sir.
For the Pilot Club statewide. And that means she spends a lot of time on the road and a lot of time on the telephone, begging and borrowing and asking people to do things out of the goodness of their heart and sometimes out of intimidation, I would hope. But I know that's got to be near to your heart, but that's hard work to do.
It is. Service work has always been very special to me because you never know what just sharing a little bit of kindness or trying to do something for somebody, what that really in turn means to that person.
I'm sure.
And our young people are our future. And if we don't teach them that, then where is our world going to be? We work very closely at the high school with the Anchor Club.
Right.
We mentor them. That's a service organization there. And they have, I think, 40-something members this year. It's really grown since I began working with them several years ago. And we really enjoy that.
I'm glad to see that y'all have got that many young women involved in that because, we've observed so many organizations as time has gone by have become less and less active, but it sounds to me like y'all have found a way to involve these people. I guess it's probably student-led.
It is. Miss Barr is the Anchor Club sponsor at the high school, and she is absolutely wonderful. And she really works with us well, and we work with them well. We try to help them with the projects that they're working on. And, they get service hours for working, which is a good thing. It looks good on a college resume. But at the same time, you hope that they're not just going through the motions, that eventually it'll click and mean more to them than that.
And I think that's a great thing. That y'all do that. I think the mentoring is, I think, maybe the most important thing. It's been my observation that if I was kind of down in the dumps or mad at the world, and every time I went out and helped somebody else, I came back feeling better.
Exactly.
And usually when I went to do it, I was like, man, I don't want to do this.
Right.
And 10 minutes into it, I'd forgotten that I had the mullet grubs.
Yes.
And I was glad to do it. It's good for you to work for other people. We're going to talk a little bit about the Pilot Club, but the reason that we've got you here today is because in a week or so, a little bit more than a week, y'all have one of your big fundraisers out at the Kiwanis Center on December the 1st, if I remember right.
That's right.
And this is an event that all of Andalusia turns out for. And if you haven't been to it, shame on you because you're missing out on a big deal in Andalusia.
It's a lot of fun. It starts at 5:30 that morning and goes through noon. We have people that have been coming since this very beginning, which was before me. I've only been in it now since about 2007, 2008. And we see the same people that come. It's not like going to a restaurant to eat. You can sit and visit all morning long and see people that you may not see, on a daily basis.
Can I hold this? Now, you're going to see this on our Facebook site, but this is what they're talking about. It's the Kiwanis building that they're in, but it is the Pilot Club's annual pancake and sausage breakfast. And
it's $7, and it's all you can eat.
I can remember when it was $2.
Really?
All you can eat. But it's an institution in Andalusia, and I don't know how many people you'll feed, but I swear it's in the thousands.
We hope to
sometimes.
feed about 1,000 people.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can buy your tickets pre-sale. You can stop by Sandbuck, Mediacom, CCB, the Chamber, or see any Pilot Club member, or you can buy your ticket at the door. You don't have to pre-buy. It's just that there are busier times, and if you have your ticket, you can go on through where somebody's not having to make change. But we welcome you whether you purchase at the door or you buy in advance.
Folks, I would encourage you to go. One thing, you can look at me and tell that food's
We like to
important.
eat, don't we?
Food's a very important thing to me, and it's a good deal for good food. They've got people back there constantly stirring the batter and making them, and they're not, they're not going to give you these little bitty old dollar size.
No, they have to pass the Mary Lee Howard inspection to be able to be put out on the line. And we don't pat them because we'll get in trouble.
They're going to be real hot cakes, and they're going to be real good. You're going to enjoy them, and they got real good syrup and sausage. Now, who do you get your sausage from? You remember?
I do. Marilyn Williams gets our Kelly sausage, and she is so gracious to cook that for us every year. This wouldn't be possible without her because, cooking that many pancakes is a task in itself. We will arrive out at the Kiwanis building at 4 a.m. that Saturday morning to begin making the batter and stuff. But that Friday, we will get out there around lunchtime and begin setup because it is so much work to get it done.
Well, you have a bunch of tables to set up.
Exactly.
Got to cover them, and then I guess you got to clean them throughout the day and cover them.
And the anchors are very good. They're a lot younger than we are, so they're very good about keeping the tables wiped off and the syrup off so that everybody has somewhere clean to sit at. So, and by coming and supporting us for this, you help us fund Project Lifesaver and other local charitable organizations like Miracle League, Save a Life, Crossover Ministries. But our main focus is brain-related disorders. So we work closely with Camp ASCA, and each year in April, we sponsor Traumatic Brain Injury Camp, and we, the pilots, actually go and work that. So by you coming to eat, you help us be able to give back to all these people here in Covington County and the camper recipients and their caregivers, because their caregivers get to attend this camp. Most camps it's just for the camper.
I've noticed
but we do things for the caregivers as well because they need a break too, and they need to be able to bond with other people that are going through what they're going through.
Folks, we're going to get back into more detail about that in our second segment just in a minute. But I want to tell you, I want to encourage you to go because the food's good and because the project they're supporting is good. But very rarely do you get to go to an event that's as much fun as this one is. People carry on with each other at this event. It is a fun event. It's unlike any other event that I think happens in Covington County. That's the Pancake Breakfast sponsored by the Pilot Club on December the 1st out at the Kiwanis Fairgrounds. Now, we're going to be back in a minute to talk about Camp ASCA and some other things. Just hang on. We'll see you in just a minute. Welcome back to What's Up, Covington County. I've got Mellisa King with me today. She's the governor, the state governor of the Pilot Club, but she's here to talk to us about the local Pilot Club and what it's doing in Andalusia and Covington County. Now, they've got a big fundraiser coming up, and we're going to advertise this from now until the fundraiser's over on December 1st. But they've got a big, fun event called the Pancake Breakfast. It's going to be at the Kiwanis Fairgrounds on December 1st. And following that, there's going to be another event that lays on right after that that's sponsored by another group that's going to be a Christmas bazaar.
It actually goes on the same time as ours. We kind of partner together with them.
Yeah.
They have the arts and crafts, the BPW, and we appreciate them doing that. And they draw people in for us, and we draw people in for them. So it's kind of a win-win for both of us. We had
Miss Simmons and Miss Walker in earlier from Maryland, and Glenda in here earlier to talk about it. And this is a hand-in-hand event. But folks, this is something you need to go see. because it's just plain fun and the food's great.
You can go and see your friends and not be in a hurry, eat and Christmas shop all at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it goes from what?
One place from
5:30
until noon.
Lunch. You know, that's you can't you can't get it much better than that.
Nope.
I think my wife could even fit that into her schedule.
That's right. That's right.
But it's a great thing. Now, the events, you were telling me that I think your slogan is to do more,
care more,
and be more.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. That says a lot, isn't it? That's pretty ambitious.
It is. I mean, it is a lot, but we live in a world where people are fast-paced and forget what's really, really important. We're always in a hurry, and I'm guilty of it myself, but we all need to stop back and realize that there is always somebody that needs a smile, needs a helping hand. And so if you live by the motto to do more, care more, and be more, you can make a difference.
Now, some of the more that you're talking about, we were discussing Camp Aska, which I'm familiar with. In fact, you know, it had an article in last week's paper where the camper of the year
was from here.
Was from, right, Mr. Dillard. Was from here in Andalusia. Been going 22 years, I think. And I know the young man. He's a great kid. But Camp Aska does an awful lot of good. And you know, one of the unique things that you talked about is that it's not just for the client.
Right. Our camp is traumatic brain injury for a camper and a caregiver, because a lot of the caregivers, they give of their self all the time taking care of their person, and they wouldn't have it any other way. But they also need an outlet to bond with other people who are in the same situation that they are. Because you and I, just in our daily lives, we get frustrated and we have to, you know, have somebody to talk to and help mentor us along. So we plan activities for the camper and for the caregivers so that they can meet people and have people they can reach out to that's going through the same things that they are. Because it takes a lot of somebody to give to be a caregiver 24/7.
Well, yeah, and I think that because of that, because their lives are just absolutely intertwined, it would be, I would think, easy to think that you're out there by yourself. You're the only one.
Exactly.
And that if you can make the contact with these other people that are facing similar situations, it'd be great to have somebody just to be able to pick up the phone and call, or meet somewhere and something like that. I think that would be a great.
Like social media is a great way.
Right.
I mean, I'm not trying to advertise for Facebook, but Facebook is a great way for you to keep up with friends and people that you meet and see what's going on in their lives.
Well, that's important. That's the part where you care more.
That's right.
And that's a good thing. But, you know, y'all also do some other things around here. One of the things that you were telling me about was Project Lifesaver.
Yes. And what Project Lifesaver is, if you're not aware, it is a bracelet that is put on by the Sheriff's Department, and they do have to have your personal information to be able to do that. It is only for paperwork. That's the only thing it's for. A lot of people don't want to fill out the paperwork.
Right.
But if you fill out the paperwork, they come out, they put a bracelet on your loved one that would wander, and if they happen to wander off, then they can be found very quickly with the radio tracker. So that is something that's very important. We have adult people that we hear of wandering. We have children that we hear of wandering. They've put the bracelet on your arm, on your ankle, wherever is the most best place for the client. We've had some who can't wear it on their arm because they pick at it too much. Right. It bothers them. So you put it on their ankle. A few days, they're used to it by then. But the Sheriff's Department services those. They go out and change the batteries once a month. And we're just very proud to be able, to work with them and have that available here in Covington County. And we want more people to know that this is available so that they can protect their loved ones.
Well, I can think of a few things that would be more tragic than having somebody that you loved and not knowing
where they were. Exactly.
That is one of those things that I don't care if they're 3 years old or if they're
80 years
83. That's got to be a scary thing if you love them and care for them. And I mean, that's a wonderful program. There are a couple other things that y'all do though. You have You have the Anchor Club that you sponsor
We
at the high
do.
school.
We work closely with the anchors at the high school because they are our future leaders and our future that will be giving back. And so they, of course, get community service hours, but also we hope that they're just not going through the motions, that it will touch them. We had one anchor who she wanted to go to TBI camp just because she wanted to go. But after she went, she cried and she said, "This has made the biggest difference in my life by being able to actually see, what goes on." So she's gone again, since that, and plans to attend this coming year as well. And she's already out of high school, but it just really touched her.
Well, I think one of the interesting things about your organization too is a lot of organizations just give money to these kind of things. That's great that they do that. I don't want to take anything away from them. But a lot of your people actually go and work with the clients at ASCA and with these other
And
events.
at Miracle League, it's important. Anybody can write a check, for something, even if it's just a few dollars. And that is important. But what's more important is that you work in what you believe in and give back. That makes more of a difference lots of times than just being able just to send a check.
Now, we may go a little long here, but you also work with the Miracle League.
We had a group that volunteered this year with them. They would go out when they would have the games. I was unable to attend any of those because, as you said, I'm the governor for the state of Alabama, so I have a lot of other duties to do. So in doing that, it puts me where I can't participate in as much as my club stuff always right now as I want to. But this will be over in May for me, and then I'll be back 100% giving back to Andalusia.
Well, folks, I want to tell you something about the Miracle League. I didn't do it this last year, and I didn't do it much the year before that. But 3 years ago, I helped do the PA announcing and that kind of stuff for the Miracle League, and it's one of the most gratifying things you can ever do to work with and watch these people that people don't think can accomplish a lot. Get out there and accomplish something, and how gratifying it is for them to be able to
participate in sports.
Just to get on first or second base, much less make a home run. And Power South has been a generous benefactor to the area and done a lot to provide the field. But the administrative stuff and the hands-on stuff that they do out there is just marvelous. And I know your group is a part of that.
It's wonderful.
And I want to thank y'all for that, because I've enjoyed it thoroughly, and I hope this year we're not only going to be able to do the play-by-play for them. We actually hope that we can tape some of the ball games.
That would be great.
And we just think that'd be really great.
Yeah, and I commend the city for getting that facility here for us, because the closest one before that, I believe, was Troy. And for a family that already has a person that has a disability, they have to travel a lot already to get the care and stuff that they need. So it's kind of a hardship when it comes to fun stuff sometimes because of all the trips you have to make. So having it here local is a blessing.
Folks, if you want to be a blessing on other people, December 1st, go out to the Covington County Kiwanis Fairgrounds. Go with an appetite and $7. And go see the people at the Pilot Club for their pancake and sausage breakfast. You'll get your money's worth in food. You'll have fun. And you'll help some people that really, really will appreciate it. Mellisa, thank you for being on with us.
Thank you. We appreciate it very much.
Hope we can do some other work with you in the future.
Maybe so.
Great seeing you folks. Remember, keep a smile on your face and be nice to that other person. You never know what kind of day they're having. I always say this: be kind to one another and shop local. See you later.